What's up, everyone, and welcome to JMD. We're back here for another music reaction, and in this one, we're checking out some more Iyah. All right, this song is Karmageddon. This is from a year ago. It's 5 million views, apparently pretty big. I missed it, apparently, but we're checking it out now. So thank you very much for joining me on our little journey of Iyah here. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you'd like to check out more from the channel, please do so. Consider subscribing, like, share, comment, all that good stuff to get more videos in front of more people. If you'd like to check out videos from our other channels, JMDPLAY, ClearTalk, puzzling there. If you like what you see, consider subscribing and doing all that over there as well. That would be amazing. All that's free for you and helps out tremendously. If you would like to go further, there's Patreon there. $2 a month, support any of the channels that you would like to help grow those channels, help grow Patreon, help grow JMD Nation, and contribute to that growth how you would like to. The merch link right there. I have merch for every single channel now. So if you like what you see, get it. That would be amazing. Patreon members get a discount on that merch. So another reason to be a Patreon member. But either way, any support you give or decide to give is very much appreciated. And I thank you very much. And if you're returning, you're freaking amazing. Welcome back and keep coming back, because you're what makes JMD Nation. All right, so let's swap over. Iyah Karmageddon lyric music video. Let's go.
Play from the start.
I open up my phone on a Monday morning, staring at my screen. I'm tired and a little lonely. Mr. Muskie says some shit that left so angry. Twitter wars and Gaza, man, it's overwhelming. Maybe that's how life becomes when people less important than a profit line. No one cares about your dreams, just pay your tax on time. Keep scrolling, hold me near to you now. Gender, guns, religion, and abortion rights. You better pick a tribe and ain't the other side. Keep scrolling.
Like, did you see Taylor live?
Man-made virus, watch some millions die. Biggest profit of their lives. Here's inflation, that's your prize. This is Karmageddon. Turn on the news and eat their lies. Kim or Kanye, pick a side. Cancel culture, what a vibe. This is Karmageddon. Corporations swear they never lie. Politicians bribe for life. More than war, it's genocide. This is Karmageddon. Welcome to the chaos of the times. If you go left and I go right, pray we make it out alive. This is Karmageddon.
Wow.
It's Fashion Week, celebs lose ribs. Balenciaga, how's the kids? Just as Stray Keys losing beef. Kendrick killed him in his sleep. This track's about beating up your queen. More women dying doesn't cause a scene. While we fed all these distractions, kids are killed from Israel's actions. I'ma speak my mind, sick to death of all these crazy lies. A circus for your melodies decline. We just want a peaceful life. Give the people back their rights. And I still got a beef, cause Fauci's laughing and we've been asleep. And who's a liar and it's running deep. Big pharma finna eat, they a devil make 'em weak. Man-made virus, watch some millions die. Biggest profit of their lives. Here's inflation, that's your prize. This is Karmageddon. Turn on the news and eat their lies. Kim or Kanye, pick a side. Cancel culture, what a vibe. This is Karmageddon. Corporations swear they never lie. Politicians bribe for life. More than war, it's genocide.
Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. You know, it's crazy. I know, yeah, I know you're gonna, many are gonna probably say, because I've already had some be like, "Oh, you're kind of late to this." Okay, I get it. It was a year ago. But it's crazy how what she's saying here didn't it doesn't just sit in a bubble a year ago. What she's saying here, unfortunately, has continued. And if anything, gotten worse. I feel like there could be some maybe confusion in some, especially in America, maybe even reading into some things in this video and thinking that it applies to them when it doesn't. I mean, like even the kind of double entendre there of like, if you go left and I go right, could argue that she's saying she goes right. And so she's like on the right. But understand that being on the right or left has a different meaning depending upon where you are in the world. And from the U.S. perspective, we see left and right. It's really a bad way of arguing or a bad way of labeling a like political opinion or ideology or whatever. To say left right, it's kind of a bad descriptor because it doesn't mean the same thing in other parts of the world. But outside of that, most of what she's saying here, I do completely agree with. There was a couple of lines there that I'm like, well, that might be a slightly misleading. But and that's more around the lines about Fauci and who. I think there's been some unfortunate. I mean, while I do feel like there was some. I don't know if negligence is the right word. Some bad decisions, just broadly, because of the situation when it come to COVID, that it was even kind of a question mark even for our, intelligence when it comes to the health for the CDC, who like it was a question mark to some degree. Yeah, they did know a lot of information, but as far as like how to handle it, maybe they arguably, kind of knew where it came from originally, and I don't even think they necessarily argued like against that. Or made any kind of like false allegations around that. But yes, one could argue that how they choices that they made in warning the public or how to handle it, in hindsight, one could argue that it may not have been the best way, that it may have been able to be done better in a different way or whatever. But even what data we have doesn't necessarily argue that either. it's still, I even think to today, there's a, a good question of what should have been done and what worked better or didn't work or whatever. Like, but you got to understand, you had the CDC and WHO and Fauci trying to give information, trying to, the CDC trying to, cull through the probabilities and when what was known. There was a lot of, testing that had to be done to figure out what, whether or not something would work or not. But just going on, the historical evidence around just basic control of any disease, they went with that sort of route. What would be the most, arguably, due to history and knowledge of just basic, stuff. They went with the route of, well, if we just literally try our best to keep as much from flowing around as possible. Yes, it might hinder your personal, I guess one would say freedoms, whatever. But it's about the entire society at large, trying to protect the entire society at large. And you have those selfish in society who don't give a fuck and whatever. And I think that was the route that they went. Again, in hindsight, you could argue, well, maybe we shouldn't have worried that way. Maybe we shouldn't have did that. Maybe we should just let it loose. And, yes, I know there's the argument for some. You just let it loose and some will die, some will live, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's a very callous way of looking at it. But whatever. Anyways. I know this is a music channel and we're in, but this is what this song is. It's diving into the politics of and using music, artistic way of expressing that, concern and grievances and issues around things that, certainly the public needs to take a different approach or needs to have a discerning and concerning view on, really looking at the information, really looking at what you're being told, questioning it, researching, understanding, trying your best to discern what is lies, what is not, or, where's the truth, what's clearly not. There are blurred lines in some places, certainly, but like, some things are quite fucking obvious if you just look at it or use, your like human compassion, if you have that. Things are clear. Never mind what's being said about it. You can look at something, listen to what's being said about it, look at it and go, yeah, that's not what this is. Now, one could argue that depending upon how you're looking at it, you're going to come to a different conclusion, and that's true. But, whatever. Anyways, but that line in there was kind of a throwaway line anyways. But nevertheless, the song as a whole was making a point, and I think it made it very well. The fact that, all of this is karma for what we've allowed to happen. What has ultimately, when you allow, and I'm even, when it comes to ClearTalk, I'm going to do a video either today or I can't do it tomorrow because I've got something plans for tomorrow that are going to keep me from doing any videos. But or either later today or Wednesday, going to talk about is allowing capitalism, the great capitalism, going completely unfettered, going completely unregulated, going completely reading its inevitable, the profiteering, and privatization and like letting that completely go unfettered and uncontrolled, which is what a number of politicians, especially in the US, would certainly like to see happen. One side more than another, even though both sides are definitely to blame for this. But this is the type of ending, the karma of everything that's happening. This is what inevitably happens. And you know, the idea of profits over people, and that's ultimately, again, when you allow something like capitalism, that is a for-profit privateering type of a system, economic system of enrichment, which the wealthy and elites push and press so hard to maintain over the evils of other systems. Allowing them to just go like that, unscathed, untouched, and the ramifications of that to human life, because the callousness and carelessness of, you know, that for-profit over people mentality, this is what you get. You get situations where, you know, endless wars, aggression, genocide, things like, you know, hunger, forced migration, immigration, that, you know, I mean, concerns over climate, weather, all these kinds of things that you're, you know, you could be working and trying to, you know, help people and society solve the issues around these things, but instead, because you decide profit over people, you're only your selfishness only drives you to, you know, concern yourself only about that profit, about the money, the greed, the power, the control, and so, you know, and everybody else suffers. And but you're told to just, you know, don't worry about all that. Look at this Taylor performance. Watch this. Look at these celebrities that are decided, you know, they're super celebrity marriage, and now they're, you know, getting a divorce. Oh my God, or whatever, you know, like, just concern yourself with this. Don't worry about all this. Don't worry about what we're doing, what's running the world, you know. Anyways, yeah, good song. Maybe I'm late, but I don't, like, as far as the song is concerned, but the idea and the concept is still here. We're still living in it. We've been living in it, but it's only getting worse. So yeah. Anyways, sorry to get so political. Sorry to get more ClearTalk on here than actual JM Drummer, but if you like talking about this kind of stuff, or like hearing about it, or want to engage in it, then yeah, go check out ClearTalk. And might be up your alley. But anyways, let me know what you think. Until next time, peace. JMD, I'm out.